Hi everyone, it's Nancy Ampaw. I'm the International Marketing Manager at Blackforum 360, and I'm here today with Joy, and we're going to be discussing all things refurbished devices and what to look out for in 2025. So over to you. I mean, what are some of the trends that you think people in the refurbished sector need to look out for next year?
I think people in the refurbished sector need to, first of all, be prepared for growing demand for refurbished products. I think everything about culture is shifting in our favor, and we need to be ready to meet that demand with very, very high quality supply. I think the second thing that people should be prepared for is to work with us to be more open about the many benefits of the refurbished industry. And I think one of the ones that's most profound and often underappreciated is the degree to which the industry is creating jobs. A lot of the manufacturing of new devices has been almost completely automated, and that's resulted in the elimination of many, many jobs. And one of the most awesome things about the refurbished industry is how it's bringing employment back to the global north especially.
That's fantastic. And I know you mentioned in your speech, there's a little bit of an anxiety about AI. And, even in the marketing department, people think that like AI is going to replace marketers. So what do you think about that anxiety and fear around AI replacing jobs? Or do you think there's still a way for people in tech to work and coincide with AI in order to progress?
I think it's real. I think it's happening. I think we're already feeling it. I think those of us who are out there recruiting for open positions can see so many more applicants than we've ever seen before.
Yeah.
So I think the impact of AI on our lives is very real. And again, I think that's really where refurbishment is such a bright spot. But one of the challenges of refurbishment that I think can really be helped by AI, and something that we're looking to do at Backmarket, is basically leveraging AI to tackle the problem of sorting and organizing and cataloging refurbished devices. We're consuming new devices at such a rapid pace. New models are introduced all the time. There's lots of different options. How much memory do you want? What's the quality that you want? And so I think in some of the product categories that have been less penetrated by refurbishment, we can really use AI to sort through that chaos for customers and just ask customers, okay, what is it that you want, and surface the products and help them compare the products. So One of the big challenges for us has always been, cataloging, organizing all these kinds of, the many thousands of devices on our platform. And AI is really going to help us take customers when they come to the site, ask them what they want, and surface the product that's most relevant for them without them having to find it.
Excellent. So AI effectively is an asset. It's not a liability in tech. I mean,
it's an asset to our industry, 100%.
Yeah. Excellent. And what would you say brings you over to Paris today? Is this your first time at Backforum, or did you go last year?
It's my first time at Backforum because I've only been at Backmarket for about 6 months. So This is definitely my first Backforum, but I was really excited to meet the seller community, understand more about what the challenges are that they face, how we can work together on the regulatory front, because a lot of the regulatory changes that are really benefiting our industry are happening in Europe first. And this is something that we're really leading on. So I'm very excited to be here. I think, Europe has always taken a more cautious approach to technology that's actually served us very well in the long run.
Interesting.
And so, a lot of people will talk about, the slowing growth in Europe and how the US is so much faster. But I think, and one of the big inspirations for our industry is actually what's happened in cars. And so I think if you think about the automobile, America went like all in on cars.
Absolutely.
And it really ruined most of our cities. And so one of the reasons that Paris is so beautiful is because they did take a slower approach to cars.
Interesting.
And so, what we see, happening in Paris now, which is that people are biking everywhere. It's a really beautiful city. Now America is starting to catch up on that. And so Europe has definitely been the lead when it comes to refurbished devices, when it comes to actually not being locked into very, unnecessarily expensive cell phone plans. So I think the US is going to catch up to that too. So I'm here to work with the leaders in the world when it comes to all of this exciting change that's happening.
Yeah, that's very interesting because we often think of the US market as being extremely progressive, but would you agree that maybe there's a little bit of a holdback in terms of the refurbished sector in the US purely because there's an anxiety of older devices and older tech in a way? Would you say that's an issue?
I think it's less of an anxiety about older tech, because people are actually, they love repairing things. Like there's a real interest in repair. You see it especially in clothing.
Yeah.
And so actually people are more and more interested in it. I think the issue is that people have just been brainwashed about new. And, we really kind of like pioneered this whole consumer economy. And so we're constantly bombarded with messages that we need the newer one, we need the better one. Yeah. And so the moment we experience any slowdown, even in our battery, we think, oh my God, we've got to go and get the new device. Yeah. But we're learning now that you can actually replace the battery. You can get many more years of use out of your iPhone. We're working on replacing batteries in MacBooks too, which I'm really excited about. So I think the time is right. I think people are really interested, and I think they're waking up to this alternative.
Interesting. Fantastic. So, that summarizes everything today. And of course, it's been great interviewing Joy. She's really passionate about the refurbished device sector and everything else. So thank you so much for tuning in, and speak to you all soon.
Bye.
Bye.